Hello and welcome everyone. Today we are going to take a look at Soffront's project management module. We are going to see how to use that, how to run reports, how to schedule projects, and so on. So what we are looking at right now is the Soffront home screen. As always, everything starts from here. You will be able to build a project management home right here. So you can have a home screen specifically for project management functions, or you can have a combined home screen where project management could be a tile, and you can start off from there. For the sake of convenience, I'll just use this tile, and we will work with that. So let's click on All Customer Projects. Now here we have, as soon as we click on the customer project, the system groups the projects in the order of the statuses, so we can see the various statuses, status of the projects right here. So we have some active, some in progress, some new, completed, SOW preparation, and so on. So if we wanted to click on any specific status, we can bring up those projects right away. So like I clicked on in progress, we are able to bring up the project projects which are corresponding to in progress. So now when we are looking at projects, we are able to see a couple of important aspects of the projects. We are able to see the project ID, the manager who is managing it, the current status, and some other fields like total costs, projects, expenses, due dates, and so on. In addition to all of that, we are also able to see the notes, any communication or history which is being added to the project. For instance, this GP module enhancement right here shows that Susan Smith has been adding some notes. There are some more over here. We can click on more and we can see more notes. We can click on more and it expands, and it shows all the different notes which were added to the project. So this becomes a quick snapshot view of projects, and this view we would be able to get it from a customer's 360-degree view as well. So if we open up a customer and click on the projects tab, we would be able to see the same kind of a view, and we will be able to track the stages in which these projects are. Now let us see a detailed view. For instance, let's click on this icon over here, and it opens up the project in detailed view. So now we are seeing all the different fields which are there on the projects table. So we are seeing the project name. We are also able to see the customer information, start, due dates, budget, status, and the estimation time and variance, all of which on a single form. Now, if you have some other fields that you wanted to track, this form is completely configurable. So you can change or add new fields of your choice. You can extend this form. You can hide certain fields that you may not use. So you would be able to do all of that using our standard Forms Designer tool, which comes along with the system. On the top, corresponding to this GP module enhancement, which is the project name, you would find that there are a whole lot of tabs right here on the top, where I'm pointing it out. For instance, we have tasks. There are we can click on tasks and see all the different tasks which are scheduled for this project. We can see how much they've been done, and so on. You can add tasks from here as well. If you're interested, you can batch update tasks. You can link tasks, all of which is possible from this section. There are other areas like resources where you can allocate resources for your project, and later on you can allocate resources for every task. But you can first allocate resources for the project overall, and the process of allocation is fairly simple. You click on this link button right here, and you find resources in the system. So you would find all the different resources. You can select a couple of resources and click on link, and they are directly linked to this project. You would be able to add new resources if there aren't any existing in the system. So you would be able to add new resources to the system, and those resources can not only be used by this project, they can be accessed from other projects as well. So if they can be shared by other projects. So now that we've seen resources, let's move on to this Notes tab, which gives you a detailed history of communication. Let's say you've been communicating back and forth between the team members or between customers, and all that communication can be made available in the form of a history like this, where everything is stored with date timestamp and the user stamp, so we know exactly who was communicating. So this all information proves very useful when we have to dig in information about project, like all the communication, what was communicated, and so on. We have tabs about customers, contacts, and so on. In addition to all of that, we have information that we can track about defects which are associated with this project. So we have a defect tracking module which is fully integrated to the project management. So if you are managing technical projects or projects which may arise defects, development which might arise defects, manufacturing which may have defects, you would be able to track these defects down and track the entire cycle of that defect, like till the point of resolution, and track it with the project so that you know how many defects were there for this specific project. And that's very, very powerful, so that you can see all the defects associated with this project. Attachments, this section will retain all your attachments associated with this project. So you would be able to keep your documents, files, photographs, recordings, all kinds of files can be attached in this section, so that it can be available in a single click when you're looking at a project in either the detailed view or the list view, which we were seeing under all customer projects in the other tab. Time spent. This is interesting because every project might have multiple time spent records. So there can be resources, there can be multiple resources associated with a single task, or time where each one can add time to the tasks, which automatically rolls up on the project. So you can see at a project level how much time is being spent. On the other hand, resources can directly add time to the project, irrespective of what tasks they are working on. So that's also accumulated under the project, which eventually goes into the actual time. This actually goes in and calculates the total time being spent, and then you get the variance and so on. So this is a quick view of a project and all the different things that we can track. The best part is you would be able to add any custom objects. Let's say you want to build a new table and you wanted to track it with this project. You would be able to do that and add it on the top menu bar right here, and you would be able to track it with projects. Now, this view of this project is fairly simple and it is very useful. However, it does not cater to see a very holistic picture about the timeline. It's very difficult to understand the timeline by looking at the tasks in this mode. This mode is very easy when we are working with data, when we have a list view, and when I'm a user and I wanted to know what exactly I need to get done. I would be able to work with this view. So I have a list of tasks that I would have to complete. But it is not necessarily a very good view for planning the project out or managing the project. So for project managers, there is a very, very powerful view called the Project Management View, which is available within the detailed view of the project, where you can click over here, or it is also available in the list view, where you can see there the project management icon is available over here as well as right here. So you would be able to go into the project manager's view right from this button. So let me click on this to give you an idea of how this view looks like. So when I click on this project management view, it brings up the entire project in a Gantt chart mode, so that we are easily able to see the various tasks which are scheduled, right here. So I'm seeing all the various tasks, their dependencies, which project, and this is a completely drag and drop environment where I can move and adjust my project very, very easily. I can move and click and move my timeline, reorganize my timeline dynamically in a completely drag and drop environment. So as you can see, I just moved a couple of tasks around, and immediately on the left-hand side, those changes are reflected on the red icons. They're indicated by the red corners, and these are the tasks which got affected when I move things around on the right-hand Gantt chart mode. Now, these changes can be all reverted back. So if I didn't save this, I simply close down this tab and reopen it. These changes that I made all gets reverted back. So it went back to exactly where it was before. So we did not commit these changes to the project yet. In order to commit changes to this project, so if I make some changes like this to the project timeline, I would be able to commit these changes very, very easily by clicking on the Save button right here. So if I click on the Save, all the changes that I just made on the project gets committed and gets updated in the CRM database, so that next time you open up this project, it will have all the updated changes. So here we have all the updated changes. It's committed in the system right now. Let's take a look at the dependency creation on this project. So let us say we wanted to create two dependencies. We can drag and drop like this and move things around. So this is a dependency creation in a drag and drop mode. We can remove dependencies by just right-clicking, and we have remove dependency, which removes the dependency. There are many other things that you can do. You can delete tasks. You can convert a task into a milestone. You could click and add tasks above, below. You can add subtasks if you wanted to, successor and predecessor, which automatically adds the dependencies. You don't have to manually add them. So if I add a subtask over here, or successor, I would say, it automatically creates a dependency right here. I can move and increase the duration of this task, and then we can update the type. So it says new task over here. I can go in line and edit this and say, report bugs and fix, something like that. So we have these updated. Now in here we can assign resources which are available for this project. So the resource pool that we have assigned before for this project are all available over here. And right from here, we can assign tasks, assign resources to specific tasks. We can say how much time that this resource is going to spend. So I would say 50% of the time she will be doing this. And we can assign a hardware resource for her. So this is going to be, again, 50%. And let's say I assign Chris Smith for this, so he also would be working on this 50%. So now these two resources will be sharing this common resource, hardware resource, and that's how we put all of it together, and I have this scheduled. Now, once I have everything done, I hit save, and all the changes are updated in the project. So that's how we would be able to update the project. And not only that, you would be able to add milestones, which automatically triggers status updates for this project. You would, whenever we are assigning resources can automatically be notified by email, or it can show up on their task list automatically. So all these can happen. All that automation can happen using this this project management module. When users are completing their tasks, for instance, in the task mode, when users are working in this mode, if they update their tasks, let's say customer sign-off was done and they were working on this task and they completed 100% and hit save. If they have completed something like that in the project management mode, it would automatically be reflected. So let me just go back to the project management mode. customer sign off 100%. It's already 100% available over here. This is actually a milestone. So that's how you would be able to work, or users would be able to work with tasks and milestones and things like that. Now, for managers, it is very, very essential that we would want to see the schedule of resources. So this is the resource scheduling view as opposed to a Gantt chart view. So here we are able to see all the different resources available for this project, and if there are any conflicts, all of that can be viewed in this mode, and you can adjust these resources if you want to in a drag and drop mode as well. So you would be able to mitigate or solve conflicts if there are any, if two resources are tied up at the same place, same time for two different tasks. You can solve that utilizing the resource schedule. The utilization gives you any conflicts as well. It will become red if there are overutilization or if there are conflicts. All of that can be resolved right from this view. Now, this view helps us not only to manage a single project, but it helps us to manage multiple projects together. This view is very useful when we are planning a single project out. But this becomes even more powerful when we are utilizing it in the multi-project mode. Let us see what all of that looks like. So let's say we have resources, and there are 3 projects going on in parallel, and we have assigned resources. We wanted to see how all of that falls together, if there are any conflicts, and so on. In that case, what we would do is we would go into the multi-project mode. So this is a list of projects: inventory, GP, module integration. There's an integration of web meeting with CRM and things like that. So what we can do is simply hold down the control button on our keyboard and select multiple projects over here and click on the project management button, which is right here, or we click on project management button right here. So either of it would trigger the project management in multiple project mode. Now, once we have clicked on that, we are able to see multiple projects in a Gantt chart view. As we are able to see, there's the GP, there's the integration web meeting, and inventory management, all in the same Gantt chart mode. And not only are we able to see all of this in the same Gantt chart mode, we are also able to see the schedule of all the resources associated with these projects in the same mode. So here we would be able to easily figure out conflicts if there are any. So we are able to see overutilizations of resources. I can see there are 200% utilizations at points. So we would probably have to, this one has 250% utilization, so we would have to probably streamline these. And we can do that right from this section right here. So you would be able to move resources and adjust the timeline accordingly. You would find that on the top, whenever we are moving a resource or moving things around here, everything gets updated on the top as well. So that's how we solve resource overutilization or resource underutilization. At the same time, we solve conflicts of the same resource being used in multiple places. So this is how we would be able to solve these common issues with projects. Now, this is something we wanted to cover. In addition to all of these statuses and the project timeline being updated, we also have the capability to import data directly from a project management application like Microsoft Projects. So if you have a project created in Microsoft Projects and you wanted to make it available in Soffront CRM, you would be able to do that by importing using our import tool, which is available under imports. So right here, you would find import from MS Project, where you would simply choose a file and hit upload. The system will automatically create the project for you, utilizing the file, the MPP file from Microsoft Projects. So this is how we would be able to utilize the project management module. But that's not all. The power of Soffront CRM lies in combining these functionalities with its central CRM functions. So that's where all of these things come together. So let us quickly see how all of this helps. When we pick up a customer, for instance, let's say a user in a sales department or a user in a customer support department is looking at a customer, that user would have the capability to look at the projects in this mode. That user would have, provided that user has permissions, they would be able to track down exactly which status these projects are. In case it's a customer support user and a customer calls in, that user, the customer support rep, would have enough information at their disposal to update the customer without being a project manager. So that's a lot of power-packed information right there. So in fact, the customer support agent can even go into details. So they can click over here and go into the detailed view, or the customer support agent can click on the project management and bring up the entire project in a project management mode, viewing all the resources, percentage, task completion percentages. So essentially they have complete control or complete view of the project in this project management mode, even though they're using a customer record as a base. So this is how we have all the different modules in Soffront all come together and work as one, and you would be able to get the benefit out of that. You would not have to work with separate modules in separate applications, some of it in customer support modules. You would be able to generate common reports where, for instance, we have projects at a glance. If you wanted to see all the different projects at a glance, you would be able to do that. Let's quickly take a look at this report right here. So we have projects at a glance. We can see how many customer projects are ongoing, who are the customers. We would be able to see all of that versus internal projects, which might be associated with product development. You never know. So you would be able to track as a combined project, as a complete project management module. You will be able to track all these the details in a single report, and this is completely drilled down. So you would be able to click on these numbers and drill down into the project. You would be able to generate Excel spreadsheets like this in a single click. You would be able to change these into graphical charts in a single click. This is a stack. You can change this into a line if you are interested. A whole lot of lines. So that's the strength, and we've seen how we can use the project management module. We've seen how we are able to build projects, add tasks. We are also able to see how we can add dependencies, manage the entire project, resolve conflicts, and so on. So that's all we have time for today. Thanks for all watching this video. We hope this video helps you to understand the functionality. At the same time, get yourself acquainted with the Soffront project management module. Thank you once again.